he's proven himself correct by virtue of slowing the economy and therefore proving last year when he was taking shots at the economy that he was correct, that he was right, that the economy wasn't as strong as Biden said it was. Because if it was that strong, then Trump wouldn't be able to wreck it this easily and this quickly. Hey, shout out to all of our subscribers and members here on the channel. My name is Reese Waters, and this is Who Raised Y'all, where we highlight those unique individuals going above and beyond to make our society worse.
Top of mind for many voters in this election, the state of our economy, which was the focus of the first question right out of the gate.
I think it's maybe the most important thing to everybody because that's everybody's affected by the economy.
There's no question that the tentativeness of our economy and I think consumer confidence is fragile right now. The economy by the numbers is doing okay, but that's not my experience in day-to-day life.
You know, the kinds of people you'll see asking to speak to the manager at the pearly gates.
I want to talk to the manager.
Now, America, let me holler at y'all for a second. In the aftermath of the election and the litany of disqualifying things that we saw and heard from Donald Trump and the GOP, it was all excused because of the economy, correct? We're not racist. We're not sexist. It's just, these gas prices. It's just these egg prices could be a little bit lower. That was it, right? You watched that whole debate performance where he admitted he had concepts of a plan, where he was triggered by Kamala questioning the size of his rallies. The kind of man that didn't have the composure to make it to a high school debate finals. Forget winning it, he couldn't make it through the rounds. That's the guy we're supposed to send overseas to negotiate on behalf of America, because of the economy. You excused his connection to Project 2025 and everything that's listed therein. Even the fact that the whole support system he had around him had names listed in Project 2025. He had the architect in his inner sanctum. That was excused because of the economy. When J.D. Vance called out childless cat ladies, you would think that would be enough to erode complete female support when it comes to the election. That was excused because of the economy. Trump saying you'll never have to vote again. Well, there's not a whole lot that's as anti-American and unpatriotic as that. That was excused because of the economy. When he mentioned that he wanted to use the military on civilians, if there was anything that you would think would be immediately disqualifying, I would think that would be it. That was excused because of the economy. How about the mass deportation signs? You would think that would be enough to completely crater all support from the Latino community. It was okay because of the economy. How about his connection to January 6th and the fact that we had to go through the courts to get him evicted the last time? That was okay because of the economy. Or the fact that he did a whole round calling the J6ers hostages. That was okay because of the economy. How about him saying he would be a dictator on day one? We are back in unpatriotic land. We've been here before and we'll be back. But it's okay because of the economy. How about J.D. Vance demonizing an entire community, saying they were eating pets, and then admitted he creates stories to get media attention? Well, that certainly would have ended political careers in the past. Forget this election. We never would have heard from him again in the past. But this year it's okay because of the economy. How about women's bodily autonomy being on the line? You voting against the best interests of your daughters, nieces, sisters, mothers. You just had to do what you had to do to save a couple of dollars on groceries and gas. How about him saying that they're not sending their best? They're sending us their worst people. That was okay because the economy. Him saying he will be your retribution, already revealing his intention to go after people politically. That was okay because of the economy. Y'all might have forgotten in May when Trump shared the video that included text stating he would be responsible for the creation of a unified right. Yeah, y'all just let that slide, just protecting that 401k. How about the litany of times that he's referred to immigrants as animals? Oh no, I got this one because this actually implicates everybody. How about, I don't care about you, I just want your vote? Yeah, he really said that. But you let it slide. You let it slide because of those eggs. How about when he talked about immigrants poisoning the blood of our country, echoing Hitler? Yes, and also described his enemies as vermin. That was okay because of the economy. Questioning Kamala Harris's blackness, that was okay. How about the fact that he all but quit at the end of the election cycle and just started dancing to YMCA? Not only was that excused, they turned it into a thing. They turned him quitting on his whole campaign into the Trump dance just to usher him into office because of the economy. This was y'all, right?
Groceries are crazy now. 2 bags of groceries for $100.
$1,500 plus for a studio, and the studio is the size of my closet, and I live in the Bronx. Yeah, unacceptable.
Prices are getting ridiculous.
I'm absolutely going to be voting towards that when it comes time to.
They're both voting issues, and I've pretty much made up my mind.
So you support Donald Trump because of the economy?
For the economy, yes.
Do you support his mass deportations?
No, it's not human.
Are you afraid that you could be deported in this mass deportation?
I'm not afraid.
Now, this didn't make sense in the before times. As I've talked about ad nauseum, there wasn't a single economist that could be found. And believe me, if there was, they would have been splashed all over Fox News. There wasn't a single economist that could be found that could make sense of Trump's economic plan. This was a man running up to double-digit bankruptcies, and that's before you get to the explosion of our national debt and the fact that our recovery from COVID, as far as inflation, was the envy of the developed world. So you excusing all of that because the economy didn't make sense before, but immediately after the election, he went back on all of the campaign promises. He called y'all all idiots before Christmas.
I want to delve into one of your signature promises on the campaign trail, which was to end inflation, to lower prices. You are now proposing tariffs against the United States' 3 biggest trading partners. Economists of all stripes say that ultimately consumers pay the price of tariffs.
I don't believe
Can
it.
you guarantee American families won't pay more?
I can't guarantee anything.
That man done ruined Christmas. It was whole Maga homes just joyfully running to the tree to open up gifts on Christmas morning, only to not even get the dignity of a lump of coal. It was Trump NFTs, and not even the ones that had the stenciled in abs, the one that were too lifelike and they could barely fit his frame onto the canvas. Well, to all of you all who excused a disqualifying event weekly from Trump last year because of the economy, how's that going for you?
Financial markets today roiled by Donald Trump and the chaos he has unleashed on the American economy. The Dow is down more than 2%, around 900 points today, after Trump, in an interview on Fox News, refused to rule out a recession. Watch those comments.
Are you expecting a recession this year?
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition because what we're doing is very big. We're bringing wealth back to America. That's a big thing. And there are always periods of, it takes a little time.
Y'all got some well? Y'all got some well? I've been looking around this whole room. I ain't seen no well. Maybe it's downstairs. Maybe it's there because it ain't up here where the laptops are where I can check the markets. It definitely ain't up here. Maybe I left it. Maybe it's in the trunk of my car. Maybe they put it in the trunk of my car.
It takes a little time. It takes a little time. But I think it should be great for us. I mean, I think it should be great.
Should be great. Markets didn't think so, clearly disagreeing with that. Spooked by what Trump called there a, quote, period of transition. All major stock indices are now below the levels they were when Donald Trump was inaugurated. That may be one reason why in that Fox interview, Trump said this, quote, you can't really watch the stock market, end quote, a sudden about face from the kinds of things he said during his first term, when markets were his most favorite metric.
Now, it's at this point I would like to highlight just the massive double standard between what Trump says with regards to his administration and with regards to Biden's, because he's still blaming Biden's for things that happen under his watch, things that are happening right now by virtue of, well, it's going to take a little time. So everything is Biden's fault. But you want to bet when he said stuff that would happen on day one, where he talked about the jobs and the recovery and the explosion that was going to happen on day one, if that would have happened, we know exactly how they would have framed that. We all understand how this works. But see, this becomes a nationwide FAFO moment, because the same ways in which you excuse the nonsense rhetoric that you heard all of last year, now you are being asked to swallow again. You are being asked to defy your own lived experiences for what he is telling you. Yes, it just got real. And the only thing that pisses me off is because this was obvious to all of us the whole time. Where y'all been?
Today's sell-off and investor concerns are focused around one thing, that Trump's policies, which often come with sudden and surprising reversals, is sending the economy into a recession. New York Times reports this, quote, President Trump inherited an economy that was, by most conventional measures, firing on all cylinders. Wages, consumer spending, corporate profits were rising. Unemployment was low. The inflation rate, though higher than normal, was falling. Just weeks into Trump's term, the outlook is gloomier. The sudden deterioration in the outlook is striking, especially because it is almost entirely a result of Trump's policies and the resulting uncertainty. Tariffs and the inevitable retaliation from trading partners will increase prices and slow down growth. Federal jobs cuts will push up unemployment and could lead government employees and contractors to pull back on spending while they wait to learn their fate. Deportations could drive up costs for industries like construction and hospitality that depend on immigrant labor.
See, what it is Biden was saying that the economy was roaring, but Trump all last year took shots at the economy because he was running on the economy. So what he is doing now is he's proven himself right. He's proven himself correct by virtue of slowing the economy and therefore proving last year when he was taking shots at the economy that he was correct, that he was right, that the economy wasn't as strong as Biden said it was. Because if it was that strong, then Trump wouldn't be able to wreck it this easily and this quickly. You know what I'm saying?
A Trump-induced sell-off in the financial markets amid fears that Trump policies will cause a recession.
It's so bad, even Fox News is scrambling.
What started as an ugly day on Wall Street has turned downright hideous. Broad-based selling across the board, and you could call it a sinkhole that's opened up under the NASDAQ. With 59 minutes left to trade, the tech-heavy index is down. This is a big percentage loss here, 4.6% or 845 points. But I want you to turn your attention to the S&P 500 that really got traders squirming. The broader index down 188 points. So basically what that indicates to you, and yes, we are at the lows of the session, it has now fallen below its psychologically important 200-day moving average. That's considered a sell signal.
And if you have different people in the administration giving different messages, I mean, the Commerce Secretary and the President are having different messages on the same day. That's not giving the market any sort of ease or certainty for investors. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have an even greater crash.
We should let Jonathan keep talking because the market's come back 50 points.
There you go. There you go.
But obviously, the Dow is 1,500 points below where it was when Donald Trump took office.
Yeah.
That's not a good look.
Fight back, Fox News! Fight back! You know what we need? Because they're not handling it. They're not handling it right. What we need is somebody completely untethered from reality. We need somebody just without any scruples who will tell you that the sky is green and water is dry. Like we need somebody with no shame.
Has sold order for a customer, $80,000 truck. It's $100,000 now. So he's not going to buy the truck. It's going to sit on my lot at the higher interest rates we're paying right now for floor plan, and nobody's going to buy the truck because it just had a $20,000 price increase.
Right. And you've been basing your business model on free trade, basically.
We built our business around that. The OEMs built their business around that, and now it changes on a dime. And we can't build a $4 billion plant overnight in the United States. This is pretty radical.
I hear you. There you go, Maria, where the rubber meets the road here.
All right,
in,
great. Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, exactly. Jeff, thank you. Thank you so much. Jeff Flock at the Dodge Ram plant there. I mean,
Maria, it's not going good. You're not starting out good. Come on, take deep breaths. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Now, I want you to just look deep into your heart, find the truth. Find the truth deep into your heart and just ball it up and throw it in the trash. I need you to come with sheer, utter, and complete nonsense. And you know what? I believe in you.
not plant. It's not a plant, Chris. They're selling cars. Thank you, dealership. But you know what? Let me ask you this, okay?
Yes.
How many Dodge Rams do you see driving around Europe? Okay. How many Dodge Rams do you see driving around India? I mean, not many, I bet. Why? Because they don't buy our cars. And that's what President Trump is trying to change. Maybe Dodge should start building them here and selling them here.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, don't let Dodge hear that. Don't let Dodge. They're not going like that. And by the way, if you wanted a perfect encapsulation of the disconnect between what they are telling you and what is actually happening, check this out.
But President Trump is looking from 30,000 feet above. He expects a disruption. He said that the other day, sure, we'll have a disruption, but we're okay with that. And I asked him that in the interview as well, what other disruptions might he expect? I think it's largely companies and investors getting used to a new day, a new sheriff in town, and that includes ensuring that America comes first. So, yes, we are talking about tariffs, and if you listen to the people who are against tariffs, including the Wall Street Journal editorial board, they'll say, well, ultimately that cost is passed on to the consumer. But President Trump's pushback on that is just what you heard, that he is luring huge investments into America, and the rest of his agenda is deflationary. Remember, you can't just look at tariffs in a vacuum. He's also hoping to extend the tax cut, so cutting taxes. He's also tapping into the energy capacity in America that he is expecting to produce growth. And he's also getting wealth back to America, meaning he's already had commitments of $2 trillion from large, deep-pocketed investors to corporations to invest in America. President Trump's message was very clear to me when I sat down with him last week, and that is build it here. And the point that I made on Laura last night that you referenced, Bill, is the fact that things have changed quite a bit in the world. It is a dangerous world out there.
Watching the stock market drop in real time while she spins the Trump administration's economic agenda. There it is right there. And I can't wait to see how they spin this tariff nonsense. I mean, really, it's so bad, Canada threatened to turn the lights off.
Ontario will keep up the fight. We will apply maximum pressure to maximize our leverage. That's why today we're moving forward with a 25% surcharge on electricity exports. For the 1.5 million American homes and businesses that Ontario powers, homes and businesses in Minnesota, Michigan, and New York. This surcharge will cost families and businesses in these states up to $400,000 each and every single day. On an average, this will add around $100 per month to the bills of hardworking Americans. Let me be clear, I will not hesitate to increase this charge. If necessary, if the United States escalates, I will not hesitate to shut the electricity off completely.
Now, I know a lot of you guys probably couldn't understand exactly what he was saying because of his thick Canadian accent. So let me translate that for you. Turn off the lights. And light, is it turn off or turn out? Damn. Let's turn off. Turn them off! I know you're going to use this. Hold up. Turn off the lights and light a candle. Waiting for you. Oh, turn them off.
Turn off the lights, light a candle. And Teddy think you ain't listening to his ass. Teddy holler at you. Teddy, turn them off. No, you make sure that damn light out. I know that though.
Oh, turn them off. Turn them off. That was a little aggressive. That was really that was a little aggressive. If I would have been there with Teddy, that's all I'm saying. So it's a little aggressive, Teddy. And it's at this point I just need to highlight this one thing because I just made a video about Maga and Megyn Kelly and all them taking shots at Jasmine Crockett for being educated after veering away from the well-worn ghetto hood rat path. They love to call things ghetto. They certainly love to call black people ghetto. They love to call things ghetto. So just let me get this straight, Maga. So you elected a man with 34 felonies and 3 baby mamas who enters the White House on the precipice of double-digit bankruptcies, who empowers another man who I believe he entered with 12 kids, but has dropped 2 on us since inauguration, a couple of whom he's had to duck and dodge from on social media. And less than 2 months into the administration, they are threatening to cut our lights off. Less than 2 months, they threaten to cut our lights off. They about to come take all America's cars. We about to get cars repoed out of here. You know, I was wondering why it was so many loose dogs on the mall. You know what I mean? Because last time I went to the Washington Monument, I said, I don't know where all these loose dogs came from. Is that a pit bull with a chain around his neck? Now, you might be wondering, as I have been, why? Why? Is this sheer incompetence, or is this part of some nefarious scheme? Is there something deeper that they're trying to hit at and are crashing the economy intentionally? Or is this people that are every bit as unqualified, even more so than we thought possible? I would never want to put much past Trump and his sycophants, but they can't be that incompetent, can they?
Do you think by moving everything back as you describe it that they're going to be able to be competitive globally? Aren't prices ultimately going to actually have to rise?
I think if you want to buy things from other countries and you want to bring it into America, then the price is going to rise. But if you make it here, then of course the price won't rise. So make it here. Make it here. How hard is that to say? You know, just keep repeating it to yourself. There's no tariff if you make it here. So TSMC, the biggest chip manufacturer, says, okay, I'll make it here. You're going to watch everybody come to that realization. Apple, who builds it all in China. Why are they building it all in China and giving us our iPhone? Why don't they make it here? You know,
well,
they used to say we don't have...
It's cheaper. One answer, Mr. Secretary, is that wages are lower over there.
And now there are robots who can do it. You're going to see robotic production of iPhones and the jobs that are going to be created, people who build those factories, the mechanics who work on those robots. These jobs are going to be millions and millions of those jobs. These are great, high-paying jobs, and you don't need a college education to do it. This is the recreation of tradecraft in the United States of America, and Donald Trump is on it. He's bringing it back, and you are going to see Apple. Why did Apple say they're going to invest $500 billion in America? Because they're going to build the robots to build their iPhones in America.
That was the Commerce Secretary?
So what's going on with the economy? Is Donald Trump deliberately trying to tank it? We saw the markets take a major tumble, another major tumble today. What exactly is driving this erosion of our economy, this destruction of our economy, really? And I would say it's three things. First, the Trump administration is doing nothing to reduce the cost of living, nothing to bring down the cost of food or fuel or construction or housing or anything. You'll remember this was supposed to be the number one priority of the Trump administration during the campaign. Here he was on the campaign trail talking about how he was going to bring down prices on his first day in office.
Grocery prices have skyrocketed. How can a family afford that? So when I win, I will immediately bring prices down.
That's right. That was Donald Trump then. But this is Donald Trump now, now that prices are going up.
Can you guarantee American families won't pay more?
I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee tomorrow.
That's right. He has nothing to do with it, according to Donald Trump. But what's more, you'll remember how he was always talking about egg prices and they were going to bring down egg prices. Well, egg prices have gone through the roof. Here's his message now about egg prices. Shut up about egg prices. That's right. Shut up about egg prices is his new message.
Hey, Maga! Maga! Hey, you heard him. Hey, y'all got to shut up about egg prices. Yeah, hey, gas prices coming soon. He told you what it was. But you know what? If you hit me on the low, I know a lady. I know a lady. We'll get you right.
2 for 30?
No, 32.
32 for 2?
Yeah.
And this one's 9?
No, 750.
750?
Yeah.
It's a good price.
Yes.
But of course, it's not just the fact that he hasn't focused on things that would improve the economy and bring down the cost of living for people. It's that he's doing things affirmatively that are really harming the economy. And I would say Exhibit A are these on-again, off-again tariffs. He's putting tariffs on Mexico and Canada and China one day, and then he's taking them down the next day, and then he's threatening more the next day, and then he's taking those threats away, and no one knows what to make of it. His own people don't know what to make of it. Even Maria Bartiromo doesn't know what to make of it, and she's nothing if not a shill for Donald Trump. Here she is asking about it.
But I think CEOs want to see predictability. They say, look, I have to speak with shareholders. I've got to make plans for CapEx spending. I can't if it's 20% one day and then it's off for a month and it's 25%.
Yeah.
So can you give us a sense of whether or not we are going to get clarity for the business community?
Well, I think so. But, the tariffs could go up as time goes by, and they may go up. And, I don't know if it's predictability. I think
so that's not clarity.
No, I think that they say that. It sounds good to say.
So the effect of the on-again, off-again tariff stuff is that no one can plan. No one knows what their business is going to look like. No one knows what they're going to have to pay for materials and supplies. And if there's anything business needs for a solid economy, it's predictability. It's what they don't have with Donald Trump's tariff policy, if you can even call it that. But there's a third reason why the economy is slumping, and it's because Elon Musk and his Doge bros are laying off tens of thousands of people. And they're canceling existing contracts, and they're refusing to pay on others. And yes, that has a major impact on the economy. It's contributing to unemployment numbers. It's also adding to the uncertainty in the economy. The combination of this kind of incompetence and recklessness is wrecking the economy. But look, they don't care because their priority is one thing: a tax cut for corporations and super wealthy people. That's where they're coming from because, enough is never enough for them. Here's Michael Douglas explaining it in his term.
The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works.
Now, I personally don't know which is worse, being this incompetent and the fact that America has empowered an administration this incompetent because of the economy, right? Or for them to be so willing to sacrifice the well-being of all of us, and apparently the goodwill of all of us as well, because that's how quickly this is all unfolded, to benefit so few. It would be an extremely myopic way to view things, but I am not a billionaire, so I maybe that's why. Maybe that is why. But what I will tell you is this: as far as goodwill is concerned, it's bad when you lost Peter Doocy.
Dow dropping and dropping and dropping is a period of transition. You're sure nobody here at the White House shorted the Dow?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
This is a White House that came in trying to get federal workers to retire by the hundreds of thousands, but it's tough to make the argument that you should retire if your retirement accounts are getting throttled, which is what is happening right now.
I don't get to say this much, or ever. That was a solid job. That was a solid job, Peter Doocy. Huh? Am I going to watch more? Come on, stop it. I value my peace, but they keep coming with that energy. There's going to be some more leopard videos on the horizon. To that point about how ghetto it is up there, we always do complain that the hood doesn't have good enough schools, and now they done got rid of the whole Department of Education. I got a notification. Are they selling stuff out the White House? Sincere thanks to all of the subscribers and the members that have supported this channel. We just hit a new milestone, and that is 2,000 members. So I want to give you a sincere thank you to everybody that's a part of that 2,000. And with that comes first a celebration of the 2,000, but also regular members' lives. Be on the lookout for a poll that I'm going to send out to you guys on when you guys would most want to have these lives, because I want to do it when the most people can attend. It's really about time that we can have, a semi-private conversation outside of the prying ears of the algorithm, which also means it can get colorful and go exactly where you want it to go.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
No, not that. No, I knew what you was thinking. I knew you was going to take it there.
And it is time for it to stop. And it stopped on Tuesday.
I'm also going to start bringing guests and collaborating with other creators on my regular Tuesday lives. So if you have somebody else in this space or another creator or a comedian or maybe just a poli-sci major you think I could have a really good conversation with, go ahead and send your suggestions to admin@reesewaters.com. You could also submit it at the portal on my website. That's also where you could sign up for the newsletter and see all the newest merch that we're rolling out, some brand new stuff on the horizon. But I want to come back to where I started and thank you guys for making this channel so much more than I ever thought possible.